will be very fresh here. Omarov of Russia, weigh-in failure yesterday in the semi-final stage. This is the thing you and I have always discussed. The tournament is about so much, not getting injured. And we've said time and time again, making weight every day. Omarov didn't. So Abdalov, who did, is now fresh for the final.
And again, if you see on the resume that an athlete has come through the IMAF tournaments and indeed won a bronze, silver or gold, you know they've gone through this process, the cutting the weight, the traveling. You know, they're a very storied at amateur level. This is one of the best amateur competitions that exists in the world.
And he will be facing his own teammate once again.
And now please welcome his opponent, also from Kazakhstan, Yerulan Kabdulov.
It's been a different story for Kabdulov, Dean. He went the full distance in his semi-final with Pundir from India. And again, something we've got to touch on here. Mexico, Pakistan, India, Malaysia. These world championships are growing every single year.
There's a lot riding on this competition as well. That a lot of these athletes go home, they get endorsements, they get sponsorship to come back here again and represent their country. There's a lot of pressure on these young athletes to come here and win.
Yes, and Kabdulov did it the hard way in his semi-final, ground out a unanimous decision. But what interests me about this is we saw the dynamics that you can have when you've got teammate versus teammate. It was uncomfortable for the two young ladies. We saw that from the opening moments when they hugged to when the strikes went in to the end there when one of them was inconsolable. It's a very difficult position to be in, isn't it?
Yeah, and often the nuances make a difference. The mistakes, if you make them, your ability to capitalize and force an opportunity. If they've trained together previously, it's very difficult to get one up as quick against somebody that you've never trained with before.
Ladies and gentlemen, IMAF Awama present 3 3-minute rounds for the Junior Strawweight Championship of the World. Introducing first in the blue corner, representing Kazakhstan. He is a 2018 World Bronze Medalist, Fariz Abdalov. And his opponent fighting at the red corner. He's a Asian and European silver medalist and a 2018 World Bronze Medalist. Also from Kazakhstan, Yerulana Kabdulov.
Well, you heard the
Your
pedigree
referee in
of
charge,
these
the
young
action
men.
from New Zealand, Neil Swales.
And the strength and depth of Kazakhstan team that we've seen over the years, Dean, probably alongside Russia, the team to beat, these scalps to get, and we're seeing that with 2 finals in the row at junior level and 4 Kazakhstani athletes.
They're so fierce, they're at such a high level of competition, and the will to win makes for very exciting fights.
Well, it's Abdalov in the blue, Kabdulov in the red. It's Kazakhstan once again in the final. Another thing we've noticed is don't disregard their upright skills, known for their strength of wrestling, the way they can control you. But upright, they use it as a superb setup.
Fariz doing a good job of commanding center cage here, looking for the left hook. Keeping the hands nice and high. And often it would be the return fire that will catch your opponent out, but you've got to set these punches up, use the leg kicks, fake the level changes.
Yes, as you said, Fariz coming forward, but he's got to watch Yerulana there. Do you see that uppercut reply as he's coming back? He throws that uppercut knowing. So then if you're thinking of going for the shoot, you've got that right hand uppercut to deal with as well. So already mental games going on here as well, Dean. So Fariz in the blue, looking to keep center cage, moves in quickly. Look at the turnaround by Yerulana. Look at the speed of these two, Dean.
Fariz now working the top position here, trying to free the arms, work the ground and pound. Might look to keep those hips heavy and work the ground and pound here, or knee slice through into the half guard.
Yes, and as we said, teammates, you may well be, but it would possibly be only for a short period of time. You might not be from the same area or the same gym, but at the end of the day, it's a singular world title, and it's an
armbar
individual.
attempt here from Fariz. Done a great job of spinning around. Now he's going to try and flatten out Yerulana. Yerulana's ability to get back to his knees and stack his opponent and stay safe here is key.
Oh, testing times here and the speed of the transitions here, Dean. And they will both be so comfortable here.
Fariz now working the armbar here, foot on the hip, looking to switch the position, gain the angle, unhooks the leg to allow him to circle a bit more. But Yerulana pulling the arm out. Yerulana now trying to attack the legs and land up on top.
Oh, little knee there from Yerulana as well, and Fariz relentless in his approach, looking to stack Yerulana up. And I know it's strawweight, but they're so fast with these transitions, Dean. Using those heels, Yerulana.
First, just trying to slam his arms out of this position here. Yerulana doing a good job of overhooking the arms, Malcolm, to prevent him from posturing up and raining down those punches.
That said, we're coming into the last 10 seconds here. And for me, though, you mentioned Fariz looked to dominate upright. And he's looked to do the same when they've got to the ground. I've liked Yerulana's speed and defensive manoeuvres, but he sat out his stall early there, Fariz, hasn't he? And for me, the blue corner opening round.
Yeah, very strong performance from the blue corner. And Yerulana, even to the end of the round there, just trying to prevent Fariz from, landing any more damage, from passing the guard. Used the body triangle, did Yerulana at the end of that round, just to make sure that he got out there clean.
But we can see clearly, I mean, we mentioned about the getting through the semi-final through the weigh-in failure. He looks sharp, Fariz, doesn't he? He looks fresh.
See from the replay here, Fariz just pouring out with that lead hand and then looking for the overhand right. There's the movement, the footwork, the overhand right that touches the chin of Fariz.
And it's the speed of these transitions, but overall, Fariz doing well in this opening round. But Yerulana as well, he looks comfortable upright. They look comfortable at all ranges. This is the thing, Dean, they are so strong as a nation. And we have 2 of 3. Fariz Abdalov in the blue, Yerulan Kabdulov in the red. Junior strawweight title for the taking. And this is what I said about how good they are upright, their movement, their technique.
Big knees here from Fariz in the interim. And Yerulana's still trying to land that big power punch, that overhand right. He's trying to land that rear hand. He'd like to pump the jab out a bit. Sometimes he'll even gauge the distance with that rear hand. There's the 1-2 with the kick. But now he's starting to use combinations. This is what he needs to land that counter right.
Yes, he was also looking. There's the little uppercut as well as Fariz comes in. And as you rightly said, Dean, the upright exchange is now far more even. And they've both got to think now, because I love the way they spun for the kick there. And look how quick Fariz was to try and capitalize on that.
Power guillotine attempt there from Yerulana. Fariz staying safe here from the top position. He needs to start controlling the head and the arm of his opponent here. Otherwise, Yerulana has the opportunity to try and turn into his opponent, get the knee in, snatch up the half guard. Could be potentially looking for an armbar or Kimura here, Malcolm. Look for him to snatch up that wrist, step over to the side here. He's going to chuck the leg over. Might look to circle Yerulana over. Yerulana doing a good job of stacking here. He's going to stack his opponent and try and edge his elbow. Switch to the triangle from Fariz now. We might see a slam from Yerulana, but sometimes that makes it more tight. Excellent.
He's looking to tighten this up now, Dean.
Yeah, underhooking the leg there, a key technique to break your opponent's posture and limit their ability to stack you and slam you. Fariz doing a good job now, pulling down on the head, squeezing the knees.
Oh, the gum shield's out from
Switch to
Yerulana.
the armbar here, Malcolm.
Oh, how is he still there, Yerulana? The gum shield's out. He is still there. Listen to the response. And the appreciation. The gum shield was out, the grimace was there, the pain was there, but he's still here. 2 different submission attempts. He manages to negate them both.
That was very tight, but the way he spat that mouthpiece out to enable him to give that last burst of energy to escape. But it proved, to fruition for him. He was able to get out of that position, now finds himself on top. Yerulana working the rubber guard.
But again, with Yerulana having to manufacture those 2 escapes, it's a big round for his opponent in the blue corner.
Keep working, gentlemen, keep working.
Coming inside the last 20 seconds now. And Fariz Abdalov in control of this bout at the moment. Very good technical bout. Two very good young men, and we go inside that last 10, and Yerulana was almost in survival mode midway through that second round, Dean.
Yerulana threatening the arm, but at the same time as using the ground and pound towards the end of the round there. Just continually looking to threaten and score at the same time.
But overall, would you say with the way he almost got those two submissions, it's Fariz's to lose in this third round now?
That's the thing with the judges. If they have a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu background, they can almost certainly understand when somebody is in trouble. If your arm is snatched up like that and you're in trouble, the guy on the bottom can still be threatening and up in the fight. And in that instance, he was. You know, Yerulana was threatening the armbar, and he was using the hammer fist and the strikes to score points.
There was the kick. It was a beautiful kick, but it gave Fariz the opportunity.
Yeah, there was the armbar here. He went to his back, which it kind of be better for him to stay on top here. There's the triangle and the leg sweep. It was the armbar that Yerulana did a great job of defending.
Yes, we saw the gum shield spat out, and Fariz, as I said, really went for it in the second round here, but Yerulana's so adaptive and durable. But it's the greatest title at stake. No wonder you're going to do your best not to tap, because it's the world title. You're in the final.
Yeah, this is the final round as well. If your arm gets a little bit tweaked, or you get a bit of a choke, it's not going to matter, because you don't have to fight again. This is the one it's for. This is why they're here, to go home with the gold.
And it's all about this third and final round. And as I said, forget the teams, forget they're both from Kazakhstan. This is about an individual wanting to be a world champion. Oh, nice left-right from Yerulana. And again, immediately Fariz reacts to that. From wanting to start the bout as the upright fighter, he's earned respect for Yerulana's upright game.
Yerulana with the anaconda here. He's going to look to clasp one of the legs, squeeze and use the leg as a fluxion to arch his hips to the ceiling. Look into the corner there. They might want to make him to have a few adjustments here. They're looking for him to potentially get lower on the leg, so he's got more leverage to work the choke in this position. Using the heels to soften up the leg.
Looking to reply with those little right hands, Fariz, but here we go, Dean.
He's doing a good job of trying to pass to the opposite side of the choking arm now. Threat of the guillotine from Fariz.
And he needs this round, you feel, Yerulana. He needs this to be a dominant round with submission attempts to make the judges really think here.
Yerulana trying to push that wrist. So he switched the grip there. He's forcing his wrist into the throat of his opponent here. Could potentially get the tap. But, I mean, we've seen Fariz very, very tough throughout this fight in avoidance of tap into submissions. Yerulana now trying to regain some sort of guard. Knee shield for Yerulana. Yerulana back to the full guard here with the overhook, potentially looking for a triangle.
Yep, as you said that, but Fariz, that head pressure as well, just pushing forward. But this would be the opportunity for Yerulana now. If we think he's possibly 2 rounds down, this is where he's really got to work from his back here.
Fariz doing a good job of using the left leg to pin, almost to staple the right leg down of Yerulana, looking for the slice pass there. Nice sweep from Yerulana. Used the butterfly hook there and the elevator to switch Fariz onto his back.
Slams Fariz. He's inside the last 30 seconds. You'll see this pace continue from Yerulana. This has been a tight, close contest between 2 young men from Kazakhstan.
It's imperative here for Yerulana to keep those arms in. If he wants to work the ground and pound, he's got to keep the arms close to his body. Doing a good job here in the last 10 seconds of the round, landing some punches. Sprawling very heavy is Yerulana.
Yes, he's finishing strongly, no doubt about that. The left hand upright as well. Fariz breathes heavily. There you have it. I think on my unofficial scorecard, I've got blue probably 2-1 with Yerulana really going for it strongly in that third. But again, as you said, depending on their background, the angles they're seeing, those first 2 rounds aren't guaranteed, Blue.
Yeah, it's very difficult to judge a fight when you're in the commentary booth, but I'd have to agree with you there. Fariz did a great job of threatening. Yerulana had some great success in that last round, but I mean, ultimately we go to the judges, Malcolm.
Yes, I feel that Yerulana came back strongly in the red corner in the third, but Fariz, again, he was the fresher of the 2. He had that, for want of a better term, a bye in the semi-final with the weight cut. Yerulana had that 3 rounds against the young man from India. So again, full credit to his cardio there to be the stronger of the two in the third, despite having had a 3-round semi-final.
Show of sportsmanship there between the two athletes from Kazakhstan.
Well, Yerulana punches the air in the red corners to say, it's me. I'm not so certain. But we're going to find out officially from Ricky Wright, our master of ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards, who scored about 29-28 Kabdulov, 29-28 Abdalov, and 29-28 for your winner by split decision. And now the IMAF WAMA Junior Strawweight Champion of the World. In the blue corner, representing
it is
Kazakhstan,
Abdalov, split decision, 2 rounds to 1. So the judges saw it the same as us too. Saw it exactly the same as us, 2 rounds to 1. The other judge, as you were saying, from his perspective, saw it the other way. But it is Abdalov that takes that title.
Fariz. Congratulations. Last year, you went out in the first round. This year, you've gone all the way to the gold medal. Describe how that feels.
В прошлом году ты успел все сделать за первый раунд. Сегодня тебе пришлось пройти полностью все 3 раунда. Объясни, что ты сейчас чувствуешь, расскажи. Как это?
Соперник был очень хороший. Весогонка немного повлияла. Но, альхамдулилля, продержался все 3 раунда и выиграл. На все воля Всевышнего. Спасибо моим тренерам огромное. Азамат агай, Нурбек агай, Баян Маратович, Ерулан агай, Рашид агай, Жуман агай и всем, кто помогал в этой подготовке. Спасибо огромное.
It was not really very easy because the losing weight was it influenced a lot, and of course the opponent from the team, it also makes some difficulties. And he says that his opponent was great, and he thanks him for the fighting, and he thanks his coaches, every coach, for training and for support.
Well, give it up. This is your champion from Kazakhstan, Fariz Abdalov.
Congratulations. So, Dean, that was a very tense final, as we thought. Very close.
Now, ladies and
indeed.
gentlemen, please turn your attention up onto the stage for our medal ceremony for the junior female lightweight division. Firstly, can I welcome to present the medals IMAF Director, Mr. Bertrand Amasu, and also a representative from Majestic Cars. Now, if we can please welcome our medalists onto the stage.
Сражайся с другими. Побеждай себя.